Hi everyone. Today we will discuss 9 things you should never do in public. Machiavelli warned us that one careless public moment can destroy years of power, respect, and influence. Every time you step into public, you are being watched, not just by eyes, but by silent judgments, hidden opinions, and unspoken calculations. People decide your value, your strength, and your influence within seconds. Niccolò Machiavelli understood this reality centuries ago. He knew that power is fragile, and public behavior can either protect it or destroy it. One careless moment in public can erase years of effort. This is why knowing what not to do in public is just as important as knowing what to do in private. Have you ever noticed how one small mistake in public can completely change the way people see you? This video tells us that public self-control is one of the strongest sources of power in society. Machiavelli taught that human beings are not guided by fairness or logic, but by perception. What people see in public becomes their truth. This script focuses on discipline, emotional restraint, strategic silence, and controlled image. It reveals how power is not loud, emotional, or desperate, but calm, selective, and aware. The theme reminds us that survival, respect, and influence depend on how wisely we manage ourselves in front of others. So, to act wisely in public and protect your influence, here are 9 things you must never do, according to Machiavelli. 1. Never show uncontrolled anger in public. Public anger is almost never seen as strength. Machiavelli understood that power belongs to those who command themselves first. A calm person appears confident, unpredictable, and difficult to manipulate, while an angry person becomes readable and exposed. When you explode in front of others, you reveal exactly where you are sensitive. People learn what irritates you, what threatens your pride, and how easily you can be pushed off balance. This knowledge gives them advantage. Some will provoke you for amusement, others for strategic gain. Over time, your reactions become tools in their hands, and you lose control without even realizing it. Machiavelli warned that public perception matters more than private intention. Once you are labeled as emotional or unstable, that label follows you. Trust weakens, authority fades, and your influence shrinks. Calm behavior, on the other hand, creates uncertainty in others. When people cannot predict your reactions, they become cautious. Silence, steady tone, and controlled expressions make opponents uncomfortable because they cannot read your next move. This does not mean suppressing anger forever. It means choosing where and when to release it. Private spaces allow honesty. Public spaces demand discipline. Machiavelli believed that self-control is not weakness, it is strategy. By mastering your emotions in public, you protect your image, your influence, and your long-term position. 2. Never overshare personal struggles or pain. Public spaces are not designed for emotional safety. Machiavelli understood that most people are driven by self-interest, not compassion. Some may feel sympathy for a moment, but many will quietly judge, remember, and store your weaknesses for later. What feels like honesty to you can become leverage for others. Oversharing changes how people see you. Once your pain becomes public knowledge, it often becomes your identity in their eyes. They stop seeing your skills, intelligence, or strength, and start seeing your struggle. Machiavelli warned that perception defines reality in social life. Even if you recover privately, the public memory of your vulnerability remains. There is also a power imbalance created when you overshare. The listener gains information, while you gain nothing but temporary relief. People who know your fears, insecurities, or failures know exactly where you can be hurt. In competitive environments, this knowledge can be used subtly, through jokes, exclusion, or silent disrespect. Power is rarely taken openly, it is taken quietly. This does not mean you should never express emotion. It means choosing the right place and the right people. Machiavelli believed in strategic openness, not emotional exposure. Trusted allies deserve honesty. Public audiences do not. Strength is not hiding pain, it is protecting it. In public, dignity protects influence. By keeping your struggles private, you control your narrative. You decide when to speak, what to reveal, and how you are remembered. Self-restraint is not coldness, it is wisdom. 3. Never openly challenge or insult powerful people. Publicly confronting or insulting someone with influence is rarely brave, it's often reckless. Machiavelli understood that power is fragile, and people in power guard it fiercely. When you challenge a powerful person in front of others, you are giving them both a reason and an audience to retaliate. Your words may feel righteous in the moment, but the consequences can echo far beyond that single interaction. Power is not only about strength, it's about perception. A public insult shifts perception against you. Open challenges invite enemies even when your intentions are justified. People remember slights, and those with influence have the means to punish, undermine, or isolate you. Machiavelli warned that in the game of power, subtlety often achieves what open confrontation cannot. Quiet strategy, patience, and timing are far more effective than public defiance. While emotion may feel like a loud response, wisdom demands restraint. Those who strike loudly often end up weaker than those who wait silently. There is also the audience to consider. Public insults allow others to judge not only the target, but also you. Some will respect your courage, but more often, people notice recklessness. You risk looking impulsive, vindictive, or naive. In the eyes of others, your reputation can be damaged as much as or even more than the person you aim to challenge. Machiavelli believed that reputation is power. Once it is damaged publicly, it can take years to restore. This does not mean you should accept injustice or remain silent forever. The key is strategy over impulse. Handle conflicts with discretion and avoid making your opponent a public enemy unnecessarily. Patience, calculated moves, and quiet leverage often achieve your goals without exposing you to unnecessary risk. Public confrontation may feel like courage, but silent, controlled influence is far more dangerous and effective. 4. Never appear desperate or needy in public. Desperation is one of the quickest ways to lose respect. When people sense neediness, whether it's for attention, approval, or resources, they instinctively feel superior, not sympathetic. Machiavelli understood that power favors those who appear self-sufficient. Even if you're struggling privately, showing it openly signals weakness. It tells others that you lack control, and control is the foundation of influence. Needy behavior in public also changes how people interact with you. Instead of offering support, some may exploit your vulnerability. They may manipulate, ignore, or undermine you
because they know you will tolerate it. Public desperation removes your leverage. In the eyes of others, your value drops and power slips away. Those who remain composed, even in hardship, continue to command respect and attention. It is also a matter of perception. People rarely distinguish between temporary difficulty and chronic weakness. One moment of visible need can create a lasting impression. Machiavelli warned that appearances matter more than reality. Others judge you based on what they see, not what you feel. The subtle display of composure, patience, and calm in public protects your reputation and authority. This does not mean ignoring your needs or hiding all vulnerability. It means choosing carefully when, where, and to whom you reveal your struggles. True strength lies in discretion. Public composure ensures that you remain in control, not just of your own image, but of how others respond to you.
By masking desperation, you protect influence, maintain dignity, and retain the power to act strategically when the time is right. 5. Never act foolish just to gain attention. Attention and respect are not the same thing, yet many confuse the two. Acting foolish or seeking public amusement may temporarily draw eyes, but it erodes authority and long-term influence. Machiavelli understood that people respect those who are serious, composed, and intentional in their actions. When you behave foolishly in public, you signal that your words and decisions are not reliable. Others begin to underestimate you, and once respect is lost, it is hard to regain. Public foolishness also changes the way people remember you. An embarrassing joke, reckless stunt, or overly dramatic behavior sticks in their memory far longer than your actual achievements. Machiavelli warned that perception is reality in social and political life. Even if your intentions are harmless, people will associate you with entertainment rather than competence. Laughter aimed at you is rarely harmless. It quietly reshapes your reputation and influence. Seeking attention through foolishness also exposes you to manipulation. When people see that you crave recognition, they know how to control your actions. They may flatter you, provoke you, or distract you, all while you think you are gaining admiration. Power belongs to those who are unpredictable and controlled, not to those who chase applause. This means you must never be joyful, expressive, or charismatic. The key is balance. Expressiveness can build connection, but foolishness that undermines perception destroys it. Machiavelli believed that authority grows from dignity, subtlety, and calculated presence. Those who act with controlled charisma draw respect, while those who act foolishly draw amusement at their expense. In the game of influence, being taken seriously is far more valuable than being seen. 6. Never reveal your plans or next moves publicly. Talking about your goals or strategies in public may feel like progress, but it often weakens your position. Machiavelli understood that secrecy is a shield. When others know your intentions, they have time to prepare, interfere, or sabotage your plans. Publicly revealing your next move is like giving your opponents a roadmap to block or exploit you. Silence, on the other hand, keeps you unpredictable and protects your advantage. Revealing plans also changes how people perceive you. Announcing your intentions can create expectations, and if results take time, doubt creeps in. People start to judge not only the outcome, but also your competence. Machiavelli emphasized that perception matters more than reality. If your public words and private results are misaligned, your credibility suffers, even if your strategy is brilliant. Strategic silence also builds intrigue and respect. When others cannot guess your next move, they pay closer attention to your actions, trying to read you. This uncertainty works in your favor, creating influence without confrontation. People respect those who act decisively and quietly, rather than those who broadcast plans they have not yet achieved. This does not mean you should never communicate or collaborate. The key is discretion. Share details only with trusted individuals who cannot betray or exploit you. In public, results speak louder than promises. 7. Never contradict yourself in public. Consistency is one of the strongest tools of authority. Machiavelli understood that a leader or influential person must appear steady and reliable. Public contradiction signals indecision, confusion, or weakness, even if your private reasoning is valid or strategic. Once doubt enters public perception, it spreads quickly and quietly undermines your influence. Contradiction also gives others a way to exploit you. In social and professional environments, credibility is currency. Without it, alliances weaken, loyalty fades, and opportunities slip away. Machiavelli emphasized that power depends not only on action, but on perception. If your public image seems unstable, your private strength matters little. Maintaining consistency does not mean never evolving or admitting mistakes. The key is managing what the public sees. Private reflection, strategic adaptation, and learning are essential, but your external behavior should communicate clarity and stability. This principle also applies to emotional expression, public promises, and policy decisions. If you publicly say one thing and do another, trust evaporates. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. In the game of influence, perception often overweights reality. By avoiding public contradictions, you maintain authority, protect relationships, and ensure that others see you as reliable, competent, and in control. 8. Never disrespect traditions, beliefs, or values publicly. Publicly mocking or disrespecting what others hold sacred is one of the fastest ways to make enemies. Machiavelli understood that people cling to traditions and values because they form the foundation of identity, community, and social order. When you openly challenge or ridicule these, you attack not only their beliefs, but also their sense of self. Even if your critique is justified, the public perception will often be that you are arrogant, disrespectful, or dangerous. Machiavelli warned that influence is built on alliances and subtle control. Public offense weakens these connections and draws unnecessary hostility. Even allies may distance themselves to avoid association with someone seen as disruptive or reckless. Leaders and powerful individuals can honor public customs while privately acting differently or planning reform. This duality allows you to maintain influence, navigate social hierarchies, and avoid creating enemies unnecessarily. Machiavelli emphasized that appearances often matter more than intentions. By managing public perception, you maintain both safety and authority. This principle extends beyond traditions to societal values, religious beliefs, and public norms. Understanding the emotional and psychological weight of what others respect allows you to operate with subtlety and power. Wisdom lies in choosing your battles, speaking carefully, and knowing when silence or neutrality is more effective than public honesty. 9. Never present yourself as morally superior or perfect. Displaying moral superiority or perfection in public can quietly breed resentment. Machiavelli understood that people rarely admire those who appear flawless. More often, they envy or secretly despise them. When you act as if your principles, decisions, or character are above others, you create distance. People stop connecting with you, and some will patiently wait for your mistakes, hoping to expose your flaws. Public perfection can become a trap, as it sets unrealistic expectations that are impossible to maintain. Claiming moral high ground also limits your flexibility. Those who seem perfect are expected to act in accordance with their elevated image at all times. Machiavelli knew that influence is often built on adaptability and perception. By appearing infallible, you reduce your ability to maneuver strategically, and you invite subtle opposition. True influence, according to Machiavelli, comes from balance. You must show competence, integrity, and dignity while also appearing human and relatable. Small, controlled displays of humility, empathy, or even private vulnerability strengthen connections without undermining authority. People respect leaders and influencers who are skilled and disciplined, but not untouchable. Humility combined with strength maintains trust, loyalty, and long-term influence. Machiavelli was not teaching cruelty, but awareness. He understood that people are emotional, observant, and often self-interested. Public behavior shapes how others treat you, protect you, or destroy you. Power is not only about what you do, but about what others believe you are capable of doing. The solution is not isolation, silence forever, or pretending to be someone else. The solution is awareness. Learn to separate your private self from your public image. Handle emotions in private, plan in silence, and move with intention. Choose dignity over attention. Choose control over reaction. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. Power grows when you master yourself before trying to master the world. When you understand how people think, you stop giving them weapons against you. Every public moment is a silent negotiation. Respect, fear, admiration, or disregard is decided in seconds. The wise person moves carefully, speaks selectively, and reveals little. Not because they are fake, but because they understand the cost of exposure. Machiavelli warned us not because he wanted people to live in fear, but because he understood reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. The world respects strength, composure, and clarity. Public moments are tests, and every test leaves a mark. You do not need to be cruel, cold, or heartless. You only need to be conscious. When you control what others see, you protect what truly matters inside you. Here's a question for you. In a world where everyone is constantly watching, reacting, and judging, do you think controlling your public behavior is a form of self-respect or a form of survival?